Have you ever noticed that some older people have a particular smell? And your first thought, even if you did not say it out loud, was that it must be poor hygiene. What if I told you that is not the case? This is something many people notice, but very few want to talk about openly. That old person smell is not just a stereotype. It is real, and it has a scientific explanation. It is not because someone stopped showering. It is not about laziness. It is a natural change that happens in the body as we age, even for people who take good care of themselves. In this video, we are going to talk directly about something uncomfortable but necessary. Why some seniors develop a different body odor, what causes it, and how we can manage it respectfully without shame or blame. Because if we do not understand what is really going on, we might end up judging people unfairly, including those we love. And if we do understand it, we can deal with it properly, with knowledge, care, and dignity. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Let's get into it. Before we go any further, we need to answer the question, is it real or just a myth? The answer is clear. It is real. It is not a rumor, and it is not just something people imagine. Scientists have actually identified the cause, and it has nothing to do with poor hygiene. The key substance is called 2-non-enal. It is a compound that appears more frequently on the skin of older individuals. Where does it come from? As we age, our bodies go through many internal changes. One of those changes is the way our skin handles fat. Over time, certain fatty acids on the skin start to oxidize. That means they break down when exposed to oxygen. This oxidation process produces 2-non-enal. 2-non-enal has a very specific smell. It is often described as musty, like old paper, damp cardboard, or even slightly greasy wood. It is not caused by sweat, and it is not something that can always be removed by simply washing more often. So, let us be clear. This is not about someone being dirty or not taking care of themselves. This is a natural, biological change. The body evolves with age, and with those changes, the way we smell can also shift. Even if we are showering daily and wearing clean clothes. Understanding this helps us replace judgment with empathy and opens the door to respectful, effective solutions. Now that we know the smell is real, the next question is, why does it happen? What exactly changes in the body that causes this shift in odor? First, let us talk about the skin. As we age, our skin becomes thinner, drier, and less elastic. It also loses some of its natural oils and antioxidant defenses. These changes mean the skin cannot protect itself as well as it used to. As a result, certain fatty substances on the skin break down more easily, producing compounds like 2-non-enal, which we mentioned earlier. But it is not just about the skin itself. Another factor is self-awareness. As people get older, their sense of smell tends to weaken. That means many seniors may not even notice the changes in their own body odor. They might think everything is normal, while those around them are picking up something different. This is not a personal failing. It is a biological change that happens to nearly everyone with age. Finally, there are hormonal changes and shifts in sweat gland activity. As hormone levels change, especially after menopause in women or with age-related hormonal decline in men, the body may start producing different types of sweat or oil. Sweat glands may become less active, or in some cases, produce sweat that has a stronger, more concentrated smell. This type of change is often subtle, but can make a noticeable difference over time. Together, these changes, aging skin, a reduced sense of smell, and shifting hormones, create a situation where body odor can become more pronounced, even in someone who is perfectly clean and taking good care of themselves. This is why it is so important to understand the science, so we respond with knowledge and care instead of judgment. While aging plays a major role in how the body smells, it is not the only reason. There are other important factors that can make body odor stronger, more noticeable, or suddenly different. Let us start with medical conditions. Certain health problems can change the way a person smells. For example, people with diabetes may develop a sweet or fruity smell on their breath, especially if their blood sugar is not well controlled. Kidney failure can lead to a body odor or breath that smells like ammonia. In cases of liver disease, the breath can take on a musty or moldy scent. These are not just odd smells. They are warning signs that the body is under serious stress. Medications can also affect how a person smells. Some drugs change the way the body breaks down chemicals or how it sweats. Blood pressure pills, antidepressants, cholesterol medications, and even some supplements can alter your natural scent. This does not mean these medicines are bad. It just means we need to be aware of their possible side effects and speak with a doctor if something seems off. Then there are infections, which can cause odor changes as well. A skin infection, a gum problem, or even an issue with the digestive system can all create smells that are unusual or unpleasant. Next, we need to talk about lifestyle factors. The food you eat has a direct impact on how your body smells. Strong-smelling foods like garlic, onions, red meat, and alcohol can linger in your system and come out through your skin. If you eat these often, they can affect your natural scent over time. Stress is another big one. When you are under stress, your body produces a different kind of sweat, thicker, more acidic, and more likely to interact with bacteria on the skin. That combination leads to stronger odor. Finally, there is what you wear and where you live. Synthetic fabrics, like polyester, do not breathe well and tend to trap odor. On the other hand, natural fabrics, like cotton and linen, allow more airflow and less buildup. Even your indoor environment matters. A stuffy, poorly ventilated home can make odors more noticeable and harder to manage. So, no, this is not just about getting older. Your health, your habits, your clothing, and even your stress levels all play a role. When you understand these pieces, you can manage odor more effectively and with more compassion for yourself or for someone you love. If you are still watching and finding this helpful, please comment the number 1 below. It lets me know you are here, paying attention, and ready to take your health seriously. Now that we understand where the odor comes from and what makes it worse, the next step is knowing how to manage it. With care, with respect, and without shame. Let us begin with practical hygiene habits. The goal is not to shower more often, but to shower smarter. For older adults, short, targeted showers using gentle, fragrance-free soap are far more effective and safer than long, hot ones. Focus on the areas where odor tends to build up, especially the feet, groin, and underarms. These folds of skin are where sweat, oils, and bacteria can collect. After bathing, dry the skin thoroughly, especially between toes, under the breasts, and in the groin area. Moisture left behind in these areas can lead to irritation, odor, and even infection. Once dry, apply a moisturizer designed for mature skin, preferably one that contains ceramides. These help protect the skin's barrier and lock in moisture without clogging pores or adding heavy fragrance. Next, look at your clothing. Choose breathable fabrics like cotton or linen. These allow air to circulate and reduce sweat buildup. Avoid synthetic fabrics, which trap moisture and odor. Also, do not overlook your home environment. Poor ventilation can make body odors linger and worsen. Open windows daily, use fans or air purifiers, and keep bedding, towels, and clothing clean and dry. Sunlight helps too. Drying laundry outside when possible adds natural freshness. Now let us talk about the role of diet. What you eat shows up in your body odor. Staying well hydrated helps your body flush out waste and reduces the concentration of odor-causing compounds. Certain foods can help neutralize odor naturally. Include parsley, celery, and citrus fruits in your meals. They are not only refreshing, but they also help clean the system from the inside. On the other hand, try to limit heavily processed foods, sugary snacks, and alcohol, which can worsen body odor over time. These are not extreme changes. They are simple, respectful habits that can make a real difference in comfort, confidence, and health. When we understand the cause, we can stop pointing fingers and start supporting each other with practical solutions and compassion. But sometimes, the person who needs this care is not you. It is someone you love. And that brings up a different challenge. How do you talk about body odor or personal hygiene with someone close to you without hurting their feelings? That is what we will talk about next. Let us be honest. This part might be the hardest. When someone you love has developed a body odor that is different or stronger than before, it can be difficult to bring up. Most people avoid the topic altogether because they are afraid of hurting feelings or creating distance. But ignoring the issue helps no one. The key is knowing how to talk about it with care, with respect, and without shame. This is not a conversation about personal failure or embarrassment. It is a conversation about health, comfort, and maintaining quality of life. The way you approach it matters. Do not make it about odor. Make it about health. Make it about changes in the skin, in mobility, or in daily habits. And most importantly, make it clear that your concern comes from love, not judgment. For example, instead of saying something harsh or direct, you can say, "Mom, I noticed your skin has been a little drier lately. Have you tried a new moisturizer?" Or, "Would it help if I gave you a hand reaching those tougher spots in the shower?" These small shifts in how we speak make a huge difference. They keep the conversation grounded in care, not criticism. They protect the dignity of the person you are speaking to. And if you are concerned that the change in smell might be medical, it is okay to say, "I have noticed something different recently. Maybe it is worth bringing up with your doctor, just to be safe." Aging comes with challenges, and this is one of them. But how we handle it, with kindness and courage, makes all the difference. When we speak with dignity, we make room for solutions without causing shame. And that is how families stay strong. We have talked a lot about what happens as the body changes with age, and how to care for yourself or a loved one with respect and understanding. But here is something just as important. You do not have to wait until problems show up to do something about them. Most of the physical changes we notice in our 70s or 80s, like shifts in body odor, skin health, or digestion, actually begin much earlier. That means the best time to start prevention is in your 40s or 50s, or even sooner. This is not about fear. It is about being smart. Taking care of your body early on gives you more control over how you age later. So what can you do? First, drink more water. Hydration is not just about avoiding dry skin. It helps your body flush out toxins through urine instead of your skin, which reduces unpleasant odor and supports every organ system. Second, eat cleaner. The foods you eat shape how your body functions and how it smells. Fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and herbs like parsley or cilantro can help your system stay balanced and reduce toxin buildup. Cut back on processed foods, excess sugar, and alcohol. They do not just affect weight. They affect your scent too. Third, move your body regularly. Activity keeps your metabolism active, improves circulation, and helps regulate your sweat glands and immune system. You do not need a gym membership. Just walking daily, stretching, or doing light chores can make a real difference. If this is making sense to you so far, go ahead and comment one below. It tells me you are here, learning, and taking your health seriously. And finally, take care of your microbiome, the good bacteria on your skin and in your gut. These tiny organisms help fight bad bacteria, reduce inflammation, and even support your skin's natural balance. To protect them, eat fermented foods like yogurt or kefir. Avoid harsh soaps and do not overuse antibiotics unless necessary. These are not radical changes. They are simple, sustainable habits. And the earlier you start, the better prepared your body will be for the years ahead. Because aging well is not something that starts at 80. It starts with the choices you make today. Getting older does not mean losing your dignity. It does not mean becoming unpleasant or less valuable. And it certainly does not mean smelling bad. What it does mean is that your body is changing, and you have to change how you care for it. There is no shame in that. In fact, it is a sign of self-respect and wisdom to adapt your habits as your body changes over time. Behind every scent, there is a story, a life lived, a person who deserves care, not judgment. So, whether this video reminded you to adjust your own routine or helped you better understand someone you love, remember this: aging is not something to hide. It is something to face with knowledge, kindness, and action. If this video helped you in any way, please let me know by commenting 1 below. If not, comment 0. Your feedback helps me improve. And if you know someone who might benefit from this, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. And finally, if you want more clear, honest guidance on aging, health, and daily life, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next video. I am here to talk about what matters, with no shame, no sugarcoating, just the truth. Take care of yourself and take care of those you love. I will see you in the next video.